Hey everyone, welcome. So today we're going to dive into something that's, well, completely changing the game. How technology has totally flipped the world of accounting on its head. Yeah, it's not just about filing your taxes once a year anymore. We're talking about transforming your accountant from, a simple number cruncher into a real, actual growth partner for your business.
All right, so let me just ask you something straight up. When you think about your business finances, what's that gut feeling? Is it, yeah, I've got this, a sense of control and confidence? Or is it more of a headache, maybe even a major source of stress? Seriously, how you answer that question tells you pretty much everything you need to know about your current accounting setup.
And hey, if you do feel that stress, you are so not alone. Trust me, so many business owners are just bogged down by those unexpected expenses that pop up, right? And just the constant grind of managing the finances. It's that feeling of always playing catch up, always looking backward at the numbers instead of looking forward to all the opportunities out there. So let's talk about how we can change that.
Okay, so here's the big idea. It's all about a mindset shift. You've got to stop thinking of your accountant as, a historian who just writes down what already happened. Instead, picture them as your financial co-pilot, right? They're sitting in the cockpit with you, navigating, looking out for what's ahead, and actually helping you get where you want to go.
And this really lays it out perfectly. The old school way, totally reactive. It was all about getting your taxes done at the end of the year. But the modern financial partner, they're proactive. They're using all these cool cloud-based tools to give you an ongoing, real-time strategy for growth, not just for ticking a compliance box.
So you're probably wondering, okay, what does this modern financial partner actually do? Like, what's in their toolkit? Well, it's a whole range of services that go way, way beyond just filing your taxes. Let's break it down and see what that really looks like.
So here you can see the whole spectrum. Of course, you've got the essentials, your personal and corporate tax stuff, but look a little closer. The bookkeeping, it's virtual and outsourced, which makes everything way more efficient. And the really crucial part, you see advisory and forecasting on there, that is the future-focused strategic piece we've been talking about.
And this table just kind of breaks down how these services are tailored to who you are. So for an individual, you might be focused on your personal tax return or maybe some estate planning. But for a business, you're looking at things like corporate taxes, budgeting, and forecasting. And speaking of specialized stuff for businesses, let's take a closer look at one of those programs.
Okay, take SR&ED for example. I know, it sounds super complex, right? But what it is a huge tax credit program for companies that are doing research and development. Now, a modern firm doesn't just know that this thing exists. No, they specialize in it. They'll guide you through the whole process, from figuring out if you're eligible to filing everything correctly, all to make sure you're not leaving a ton of money on the table. That's proactive value right there.
So the big question is, how does a firm actually deliver this kind of proactive strategic advice day in and day out? Well, the secret, it's all in the virtual advantage. And it's all powered by technology. And the absolute game changer here is cloud accounting. Think about it. It means your financial data isn't locked away in some dusty filing cabinet or stuck on one single desktop computer. No way. It's live. It's accessible to you and your advisory team from anywhere at any time. This gives you, the business owner, complete visibility and total control over your financial health 24/7. And here's what that process looks like, basically in a nutshell. Step 1, we get you set up on the right cloud software. Then, step 2, we automate all those boring, repetitive tasks. So, goodbye to manual data entry. Once that foundation is set, your team can then proactively keep an eye on your books for any issues. And the most important part, they can deliver those strategic insights that actually help you make smarter business decisions. So, what does all this tech-driven stuff actually mean for you? Well, for starters, you get predictable costs with one flat monthly fee. No more surprise bills. Plus, automation brings down labor costs, which just makes the whole thing so much more efficient. And like we said, you get that amazing freedom of being able to access all your financial records whenever you want from wherever you are.
Okay, I get it. This all sounds great in theory, right? But a partnership like this, it's got to be built on trust. So the real question is, does this whole model actually work in the real world? Well, the data, and more importantly, the client experiences, they say a big, loud yes. Just look at this number, a 98% client retention rate. That is just incredibly high. It's really powerful proof of the value and the trust that just kind of proactive, tech-driven model builds with business owners. Let's be honest, people do not stick around like that unless they're getting real, tangible results.
In this quote from a business owner, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? They're not just about numbers. That right there is the heart of this entire shift. It's about getting real strategic insight, getting help with the big picture stuff like your business structure or your investments. It's about adding value that goes so far beyond just balancing the books.
And hey, let's talk about risk for a second. Did you know studies show that businesses can lose up to 5% of their revenue to fraud? That is a huge, significant number. But when you have a team proactively monitoring your books, spotting potential issues early, you gain a really powerful defense against that kind of loss. This isn't just a nice to have, it's critical protection for your bottom line.
So let's bring this all home. The big takeaway here is this. The goal of modern accounting isn't just to keep you compliant. The real goal is to empower you, the business owner. It's about giving you the clarity and the insight you need to make smarter, more confident decisions, so you can focus on what you actually do best, which is growing your business.
So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Take a hard look at your current financial setup. Is it basically a rearview mirror, only showing you where you've already been? Or is it more like a dashboard, giving you the real-time info you need to navigate the road ahead? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.